Now, as you may all be aware, there has been a allegation of rape against a celebrity, Chris Brown. This took place in Paris. Now, the allegations were levied by a French model, a 25-year-old French model, and she alleged that Chris Brown raped her, and that bodyguard and another unnamed person possibly assaulted her as well. Not only that, there's also another allegation of drug offenses. So this is just crazy when you hear it. Now, drugs, you could say, you know, a lot of celebrities, we know the partying and what they do, what some of them do, and I should say some, not everybody is into that type of lifestyle, even though they're celebrities. You can be in a party and witness certain things happen, but you don't partake in it, or you just leave. Now, just to update you on some of the facts here, is that from reports, the French authorities has since released him from their custody. And in terms of the drug offenses, apparently it was for cocaine. So somehow someone within his camp was allegedly in the possession of cocaine. But since then, the French authorities have also come forward and said that the cocaine that they found doesn't belong to Chris Brown. So on that basis, they've released him for now. And from what I'm gathering, it's a for now situation. So, you know, so far, so good for Chris Brown. Now, there's a few things that I wanted to really quickly go over. And the first thing is, you know, the lady, or should I say the model, her allegations is that she was partying and herself and a few other women were invited back to Chris's hotel or whatever the case may be, and allegedly while she was there partying, you know, everyone partying, she all of a sudden found herself alone with Chris Brown, and is at this point the alleged rape took place. Now that sounds a bit crazy to me, but you know, you never know. But as I said before, the police in France has done their investigation and he's come up clean so far. So, you know, we have to make the legal system, you know, run its course and do its job. We can't be judge, juries and executioners out here when we have no legal standing to judge someone else. You can have your opinions and there's nothing wrong with that. That's not illegal. There's no crime in having your own opinion. But when it comes to celebrities, even though I'll be the first person to say celebrities are a big distraction to reality, which is true. You know, there's far more important stuff going on in the world, but you know, celebrities is what everyone is into, or everyone is more tuned into, so that can cause a distraction from more important issues that's happening. Now, since he's been released, Chris Brown I'm speaking of now, since he's been released from French police custody, he's actually been spotted outside the hotel where all this alleged you know, rape took place. So, you know, so far so good. There's even reports that Chris Brown may sue this French model for defamation. Now, my thoughts on that is, you know, so far the French police and the French authorities have found him innocent of the charges and of possession of drugs. So I think he should go ahead and sue this person, in my opinion, because we've seen so many cases where celebrities are being accused of some really crazy things, and you know, they're not angels, and you know, I don't hold celebrities up on a pedestal, far from it, but there need to be an example set against victims, whether it's women or men, because you have male victims too out there, so depending on the situation. So there need to be a precedent that's set where if someone think they can blackmail or hold someone to duress to you know, tarnish their reputation and disrupt their money flow in whatever way they can, or you know, just to get in social media news and get some clout, there should be a heavy price for them to pay, because they're playing with people's lives. So my thoughts on it is, Chris Brown should go ahead and sue this person, because there's a lot of other people looking in the background at this, and all they're doing is just thinking, we can fine tune here and fine tune there and come out with something a bit more elaborate. So, once people who can stand up or have the financial clout, if you like, to stand up, do stand up for their rights, then that will send a clear message to these people that's looking for an easy payday, to say, well, you go and you mess with people and start playing with their lives, then you could be sued, and the strong case of being sued is possible. So that would sort of reduce those situations. And the good thing with that also was those genuine victims, regardless of whether they're female or male, those genuine victims would not be deterred if they feel that justice needs to be levied against the perpetrator, but it would definitely weed out the fake and the false alleged victims, because they have to now weigh up, is it worth me going through all this and getting sued and possibly put in jail for trumping up some fake allegations against someone? It will basically weed them out and just leave the genuine victims. I mean, yes, some genuine victims might be discouraged by this because they don't have the financial means to fight for themselves. But I would like to think that, and I would encourage that, genuine victims is not deterred, and they really go out and fight for their rights if they're, a genuine victim. And, those who are fake, then they should feel the full force of the law coming down on them. There's nothing more than someone trying to get a come up off of your name and destroy your reputation, especially if you spend years and decades building your brand, and then someone just comes along out of the blue and they're partying, or they just sort of run alongside you, and the next thing they're coming up with all these crazy charges. So we'll wait and see, because if this woman, this 25-year-old French model, her name is out there, but I don't want to say it, and the name of the hotel and the name of the club is out there, but I don't want to say that either. But what I will say is, if this French model is a genuine victim, then she should keep fighting and fight and fight and fight until she gets justice. But if she fades away and we hear nothing else of it, then there's only one or two ways that could go. Is either she's been paid off to keep quiet and let it go away, or two, it was fake in the first place, and as soon as Chris Brown has mentioned that he may sue for defamation, she basically disappeared because she won't no smoke. So it could either be one of those situations, or maybe a third situation, if you like, is she just lost interest and she doesn't have the heart to fight. I don't know, but that's how it is at the moment. So we'll just wait and see what happens.